What up? So, this is the final part of my psych word series. So, I'm gonna be explaining what happened in great detail. So, this is what happened. So, basically, for those of you who perhaps are not familiar with what happened, I got locked up in a psychiatric hospital for a month and a half for like my mental health issues, and it really wasn't like it was kind of serious. You're not gonna get locked up in a place like that for nothing. I kind of lost my sanity, well, or whatever. Right now I'm fine. I kind of like I didn't I never I've never I never suffered psychosis or anything like that, but it was just some type of, I don't know, suicidal despair, I guess. But anyways, other than that, I'm fine. I'm stabilized now. Uh, thank God. And right now, it's relatively fine, I guess. I mean, whatever. So I just wanted to like mention a few things. Like I don't fucking know what's going on with the vampire guy or anything. You guys probably know who the vampire guy is. But I this is what I like. I regret not mentioning this so hard. Like I forgot to mention this one insane detail. So basically we're chilling in the smoking area. And yeah, I said this is the final part. Yeah, it is, because there's really nothing else to cover. This is the final part. The third part, and at the same time the final part. So we're chilling in the smoking area, whatever, the smoking room, because you can't smoke everywhere. You can only smoke in certain. You can only smoke in that room. So, anyways, we were chilling in that room. We were vibing in that room, and I was kind of like philosophizing and shit. I was saying some random stuff, like I don't know. We're all in Matrix, but not Andrew Tate's version of Matrix. Something much deeper than that. And at one point, I said time doesn't exist, and the fucking vampire guy was like, "How does time not exist, bro?" And I was like, chill, bro, chill. Like I said, time doesn't exist. Like why you gotta act like a retard? I mean, why? He was like, why time doesn't exist, bro? What? And I was like, chill. uh I of course I didn't bother to explaining to him what that meant, what that means, what I meant by that, because dude, it's just insane, so there's no point. Also, the neo-Nazi guy, the Hitler guy, at one point he like I mentioned the concept of meditation, which frankly I'm quite interested in. I love practicing meditation, even though I'm shit at it. Like I can concentrate, ADHD and stuff like that, but still I try my best to meditate. And at one point I mentioned meditation, and the neo-Nazi guy was like, he had like a beard. Now my beard looks like shit, but his beard was significantly better than mine, and he was like doing this with his beard, and he was like, meditation, bro. You mean summoning the devil? And I was like, what the fuck? And I can't understand what he meant by that. Because if you meditate hard enough for hours on end, 10, 11, 12 hours, you could lose your sanity. Like, that's the so called dark side of meditation. That's probably what he was referring to. But for him to just straightforward say, like, summoning the devil, it's connecting with the devil through deep meditation or whatever, for him to just that ass say something like that is just insane to me. Like, maybe he meant the dark side of meditation, which is potentially losing your mind if you meditate hard enough and long enough. That could happen. Like, that could happen because when you're meditating, you're essentially silencing your mind, and if you silence your mind hard enough, deep enough, eventually you might end up losing your mind, because silence drives you crazy. At least it does that to me. Like, I don't know. I just silence is a powerful phenomenon, but at the same time, it could drive you crazy if you concentrate hard enough on it. So you got to be careful. So yeah, that's and I was kind of creeped out by that. I just didn't know. Like, at one point, I closed my eyes like this, and I started meditating in the smoking area because I was upset, because I didn't want to be in that fucking hospital. And he was like, "What are you doing meditating?" "Oh, don't do that shit, bro. That's the devil's business or whatever." And I was like, "Whatever, bro. What fucking hell, whatever. I don't care." So yeah, that's what happened. And I know that I keep spamming about the vampire guy, but he's just so fucking intriguing to me. I don't know where he is. He lives in some fucking village at my place. I'm located in a city, and he's like living in a village that's nearby, near the city where I live. And I don't know what happened to that guy. I don't know where he is. I don't even know who he is. Like, fucking shit knows who he is. But yeah, so that's pretty much what happened. And yeah, and my bro, yeah, that bro, he's like, actually, I'm not sure if I'm allowed to, like I'm not sure if I'm allowed to highlight this detail. Nah, I'm actually not gonna do it. Because this is like sensitive info. Like, I'm not sure if I should shoot the shot or whatever. I don't even know what I'm saying. Um, Dude got tortured at the age of 14. You know, like there were like a bunch of kids who were like smoking, I guess, and like, how do you say it in English? Like when you smoke, like this is a cigarette, and you smoke, and you I don't know. This is just like, uh, um, how do I put it in English, bro? I don't know. Torturing him with cigarettes. You know what that means. Like, just doing this with, like, fuck my English. Yeah. But anyways, torturing him, straight up torturing him, like I beating him, tying him up to like a radiator or bed or whatever it was, and bro got hardcore tortured at the age of 14. And he fucking like and he ended up losing his sanity, I guess, which is why he ended up in a psych ward where I was at. We all lost our sanity, and that's why we ended up there. But it's actually not that simple. Like, he didn't just lose his sanity. He actually, like I said, he had a beef with his neighbor, and he had a beef with his neighbor, and his neighbor, like I said, is like a fucking clinical psychopath who had connections with police, which is why he was able to call the cops on him, and not just call the cops on him, but call a special fucking unit on him, and he legally had to stay there for like a month and a half, for like 2 months roughly speaking. And in case he would like violate that sentence, because that literally was a sentence, because it happened, like it took place in a courtroom, he would end up in real life prison for at least 2 years, according to my loose approximation. So yeah, like I said, dude got tortured. No wonder why occasionally he would get extremely mad while we were vibing at the psych ward. You know, he'd wanna like he'd have that tendency to fuck the vampire guy up because he was making fun of his extreme back pain. I already mentioned that. They had like a major beef. So yeah, I'm sorry. Like, I don't know if I should, if I probably shouldn't have shared this because frankly it's sensitive info. But at the same time, I don't think he'll mind. Like, who cares? I mean, it doesn't exist. It's the past. You know, it's not real. Like, it's just something that he probably got over. So who cares? You know, I mean, it's tragic, but at the same time, it is what it is. It happened. You know. So yeah, it's like I'm still struggling to recall how you say it in English. Like, when you try to visualize what I'm saying, because they can't open fucking AI or Google or whatever while I'm shooting this. So basically, you're smoking, right? You get to the very end of the cigarette, like the filter, and like you take that filter and you fucking not turn the cigarette up. That kind of sounds retarded, but like you kind of like do this, and that's exactly what they did to his body, all over his body, like, and like, quote unquote, turning off the cigarettes against his body. Like, I don't know. I'm just struggling with English. But anyways, that's how the torture happened. It's fucked up. Like, it's sad. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that contributed to him eventually kind of losing his mind. You know, developing various like mental health issues and shit like that. Also, like, another thing that saved me during my psych ward visit was reading, because again, that place is pretty much hell on earth. Not like forensic psychiatry. That's like the ultimate of hells. This is hell on earth in and of itself. It's just bad. Conditions are miserable. Circumstances there are miserable that you would regularly encounter if you were to find yourself in a place like that. It's horseshit. It's bad. It's not good. The hygiene is not that bad, but at the same time, the overall vibe is not fucking good. So I kind of like saved my sanity, so to speak, by reading. And this is actually like the fucking neo-Nazi guy talking shit about meditation. Bro, this is the book This book is all about meditation. Like fucking Eckhart Tolle, bro. This is what saved me there. Him shitting on meditation. The only fucking book that I was reading there was literally all about meditation, the power of now. Yeah, and also like during my visit, not visit, but like while I was there, my ex-girlfriend was pregnant at the time. So, and on this very book, The Power of Now, it's like upside down, backwards, whatever. You can't really read it. I mean, you can, like, it's The Power of Now, but it's like whatever. You get the idea. But anyways, I was reading this, The Power of Now, brilliant book, and it's like the concept of like surrendering to what is and stuff like that. And the thing is, because visits were allowed, right? And one time, my pregnant GF, we're not together anymore. She kind of like bought me like a can of Pepsi, not Pepsi, Coca Cola. Yeah, fuck. Let's just say cola. So she bought me like a can of cola, and on that can there was like a little sticker which says VT free and the infinity symbol right here. So yeah, like can of Coca-Cola, whatever, and the sticker was on it. And as you can see, I'm not sure if you can see it. I'm kind of like blind, but the sticker was in the can, and wait, well, let me just here. It clearly says here VT free and the infinity symbol. So she literally bought me that. Not bought me, but she kind of made that surprise for me, so as to make my experience in that place a little bit bearable, I guess, a little bit more bearable. So wheaty free, actually that means in my language that would translate as I love you free, and the infinity symbol, of course, because we love each other for infinity, I guess. And the number three stands for the three of us, because there's her, there's me, and there's the baby, which is, by the way, now, and he's now like almost 2 years old. So yeah, that's kind of like, and there's all these hearts like around this, the witty free and the infinity symbol, or all these hearts. So yeah, it was like heartwarming. It really made my day. I don't recall the exact date when she bought me that can of cola, but yeah, it was like a heartwarming surprise, kind of fucking sucks that we're not together anymore despite the kid. But at the end of the day, you can't really control people, nor there's any need for you to control people. Like if they want to leave, just leave. I mean, you can't keep them in a cage. That defeats the whole purpose. So anyways, that's what happened. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Like you know you know what? This is the final part. I have nothing else to cover. I have nothing else to mention. And you know what? Psych word, bro. That shit sucks.